CryptoCast Daily is here, sharp, short, and to the point. Subscribe now and never miss a market move. Here are the top highlights shaping the crypto market today. HBAR slides 3% as selling pressure intensifies, finds support at 24 cents. Stellar's XLM slips below key support despite expanding institutional adoption. Crypto ETF Floodgates open with SEC listing standards, but price impact may be uneven. Crypto gives away week's gains in Friday decline. U.S. Treasury takes next step in turning Genius Act into stablecoin regulations. Bank of Japan's historic ETF Unwind sparks market sell-off, dip in crypto. Valour debuts Bitcoin staking ETP on London Stock Exchange in move outside mainland Europe. U.S. stablecoin battle could be zero-sum game, JPMorgan. CoinDesk 20 performance update. Index drops 2% as nearly all constituents trade lower. Ethereum developers set Fusaka upgrade for December, ahead of Blob capacity boosts. Crypto markets today. Treading cautiously, with smaller tokens showing froth. Doge, XRP get ETFs. Token traders say, meh, Crypto Daybook Americas. GRVT raises $19 million to bring privacy and scale to on-chain finance. ARK doubles down on Soulmate, buys $162 million of shares after funding Sol Treasury purchase. IG Group buys majority stake in Australian crypto exchange Independent Reserve for $72 million. Michigan's stalled Bitcoin reserve bill advances after 7 months. Bitcoin traders buy more downside protection after Fed rate cut, Deribit. XRP and Doge ETFs smash records with $54.7 million combined day 1 volume. Ex-Kraken CLO says Solana delivers on promises Ethereum made almost a decade ago. PayPal's $1.3 billion stablecoin expands to 9 new blockchains with Layer 0 integration. Stay tuned as we break down the details behind these headlines. Hedera hashgraph is down 3.38% in the last 23 hours, falling from 25 cents to 24 cents.
After briefly reaching 25 cents, sellers took over, pushing the price down.
Trading volume spiked to 55.91 million, showing strong selling pressure.
The token found temporary stability at 24 cents.
This drop shows bears are in control, and buyers could not hold key support levels.
Consolidation around 24 cents suggests some stabilization is occurring.
If this level holds, it could be a base for sideways movement.
Market sentiment remains cautious in the short term.
Stellar's XLM token fell below key support due to institutional selling.
Between September 18th and 19th, XLM dropped from 40 cents to 39 cents.
Trading volumes surpassed the 24-hour average of 22.33 million tokens.
Analysts noted concentrated selling during overnight sessions, typically dominated by institutional flows.
Despite this, XLM saw a slight gain of 0.05% as buyers defended the 39-cent level.
However, the overall trend remains bearish with resistance at the 40-cent mark.
Technical analysts warn of persistent downside pressure.
Meanwhile, institutional interest in Stellar is growing, with new initiatives and PayPal's stablecoin launching on the network.
The Securities and Exchange Commission has approved generic listing standards for commodity-based trust shares.
This allows crypto exchange-traded products to be listed on regulated exchanges like Nasdaq.
The new rules streamline the process for listing crypto exchange-traded products.
This removes the need for individual rule filings under Section 19 of the Exchange Act.
Analysts predict a surge of new crypto exchange-traded product filings and launches.
Nate Geraci of Nova Dias Wealth Management expects an absolute deluge.
He believes crypto is going mainstream through exchange-traded funds.
Matt Hogan of Bitwise sees this as a coming-of-age moment for crypto.
The Bank of Japan will begin unwinding its $250 billion in exchange-traded funds and Japanese real estate investment trusts.
These assets were accumulated since 2010 as part of its ultra-loose monetary policy.
The central bank will sell exchange-traded funds with a book value of $2.2 billion annually.
This is equivalent to $4.2 billion at market prices.
Bank of Japan Governor Kazuo Ueda stressed the pace would be deliberately slow.
It would take more than a century to fully dispose of the holdings.
The announcement came alongside a decision to hold the bank benchmark rate at 0.5%.
Japan's core consumer price index rose to 2.7% in August, well above the Bank of Japan's 2% target.
Valour Digital Securities launched its Bitcoin staking exchange-traded product on the London Stock Exchange.
This expands the reach of a product that began trading in Germany nearly a year ago.
The product offers professional and institutional investors exposure to Bitcoin with an additional 1.4% annual staking yield.
It has been available on Deutsche Börse's Xetra platform since November 5, 2024.
Each share is backed 1-to-1 with Bitcoin held in cold storage by Copper.
The yield is added to the net asset value, which is published daily.
Shares of DeFi Technologies fell 3.12% to $2.63 in early Nasdaq trading.
Access to the new London-listed exchange-traded product is limited to professional investors under current United Kingdom rules.
The CoinDesk 20 index is currently at 4,324.62.
It is down 2%, a decrease of 88.55 points since 4 post-meridian Eastern Time on Friday.
19 out of 20 assets in the index are trading lower.
The leading performers are Near Protocol, up 0.1%, and Avalanche, down 1%.
The laggards are Sway, down 5.6%, and Bitcoin Cash, down 4.7%.
The CoinDesk 20 is a broad-based index traded on various platforms.
It is available in multiple regions across the globe.
This has been your daily CoinDesk 20 performance update.
Ethereum core developers have confirmed a tentative roadmap for Fusaka.
This upgrade is scheduled for early December.
It aims to further scale the blockchain.
Follow-up changes will more than double Blob capacity in the following weeks.
The code will be pushed through 3 public test networks in October.
If these tests are smooth, mainnet activation is targeted for December 3rd.
Exact timing will be confirmed soon.
Fusaka will not immediately change Blob parameters.
Bitcoin has settled into a tight range, with $118,000 as resistance.
Open interest in Bitcoin futures has jumped to 149,000 Bitcoin.
This ends a 2-month downtrend and indicates renewed capital inflows.
Smaller tokens like IMX, NEAR, and Hash have gained over 10%.
Timothy Misser of BRN advises traders to keep position sizes prudent.
He recommends managing leverage tightly and using $115,200 as a safety net.
AVAX is the only top 20 cryptocurrency with increased perpetual futures open interest.
According to Glassnode, 5,000 Bitcoin in long positions are vulnerable if the price drops below $117,000.
Spot exchange traded funds tied to Dogecoin and XRP debuted in the United States.
Unlike Bitcoin or Ether, Dogecoin is driven by online trends and fandom.
Some worry this ETF listing gives Dogecoin a false sense of legitimacy.
The crypto market appears unimpressed, with Dogecoin and XRP falling over 2%.
Other meme tokens also experienced declines.
Bitcoin and Ether remain under pressure.
A MetaMask token is reportedly coming sooner than expected, and Ethereum is scheduled for an upgrade on December 3.
Traditional markets saw the dollar index and Treasury yields rise.
GRVT, a decentralized exchange focused on privacy, has raised $19 million in Series A funding.
The round was co-led by zk-Sync, Further Ventures, Eigen Cloud, and 500 Global.
GRVT uses zero-knowledge proofs to ensure transactions inherit Ethereum-level security while keeping trade details private.
This addresses barriers to mainstream adoption of on-chain finance such as privacy, scalability, and accessibility.
Zero-knowledge technology allows verification of transactions without revealing sender, receiver, or amount.
GRVT co-founder and chief executive officer Hong Ye stated that privacy is uncompromising for the future of on-chain trading.
The raise comes amid resurgent Ethereum activity with August on-chain volume topping $320 billion.
Backers see GRVT as a potential liquidity hub for $1 trillion on-chain finance market.
ARK Invest purchased nearly $162 million worth of shares in Soulmate.
This purchase followed their participation in Soulmate's $300 million funding round.
Soulmate, formerly Brera Holdings, raised the money to build a digital asset treasury based on Solana's Sol token.
Cathie Wood's ARK Invest acquired 6.5 million shares of Brea.
These shares were added to 3 of their exchange-traded funds.
These funds are innovation, next-generation internet, and fintech innovation.
Brea shares jumped from $7.40 to a high of $52.95 before closing at $24.90.
Sol has reached its highest price since January, trading around $244.
Independent Reserve, an Australian cryptocurrency exchange, has been acquired by IG Group.
IG Group purchased a majority stake for $72.4 million United States dollars.
This acquisition aims to bolster IG's presence in the Asia-Pacific cryptocurrency market.
It also complements IG's recent cryptocurrency expansions in the United Kingdom and United States.
Independent Reserve is one of Australia's oldest regulated cryptocurrency platforms.
It supports trading in 34 cryptocurrencies across Australian and Singaporean markets.
IG Group will initially acquire 70% of the company.
They have the option to purchase the remaining 30% based on future performance.
Michigan's Bitcoin Reserve Bill, House Bill 4087, advanced to its second reading in the State House of Representatives.
The bill aims to allow the state treasury to invest up to 10% of its reserves in Bitcoin and potentially other cryptocurrencies.
It has been referred to the Committee on Government Operations.
If passed, Michigan would join Texas, New Hampshire, and Arizona in having Bitcoin reserve laws.
Texas allocated $10 million to purchase Bitcoin in June.
The United States House directed the Treasury Department to study the feasibility of a strategic Bitcoin reserve.
This includes key areas like custody, cybersecurity, and accounting standards. Bitcoin traders are hedging their bullish exposure despite the Federal Reserve interest rate cut.
Deribit Chief Executive Officer Luke Stryers told CoinDesk that traders are eyeing downside volatility.
The Securities and Exchange Commission unveiled a new generic listing standard for crypto exchange-traded funds.
This is set to accelerate the approval process.
Deribit is the world's largest crypto options exchange.
Its DVOL index, measuring 30-day implied volatility, is at a 2-year low of around 24%.
Put options, which insure against price declines, are trading at a premium over call options.
This is unusual given the historical bullish sentiment following such market signals.
Spot exchange-traded funds tied to XRP and Dogecoin debuted in the United States with significant trading volume.
The XRP ETF saw $37.7 million in volume.
This marks the largest debut volume of any exchange-traded fund launch this year.
This surpassed the previous record holder, the Wedbush Artificial Intelligence Revolution ETF.
XRP's market capitalization recently surpassed that of Citigroup.
Ripple, the company behind XRP, has applied for a United States banking license.
The Dogecoin ETF generated $17 million in first-day volume.
This placed it among the top 5 exchange-traded fund debuts of the year.
That's a wrap on this episode of CryptoCast Daily. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more market updates, bold predictions, and fearless crypto insights.